Welcome everyone. Today we're talking about how to use pickle in Python. It's a toolkit with which you can serialize, store, and restore Python objects easily. Let's dive right into it. So what is pickle? Pickle is a built-in Python module. Built-in means that you don't have to pip install anything. Simply import and you can keep going with it. So you import pickle and then you can convert a Python object into a byte stream. That means you can write it to a file. That's a process called serialization or pickling. The reverse process is called reconstruction or deserialization, also called unpickling. So the process that you follow is very straightforward. You serialize, persist, and restore. Now, if you know Java, this should be super familiar. In Java, this is something called serialization. The interface is called serializable, and you would follow the same sequence: serialize, persist, and restore. Now, the fun side fact, both Python Pickle and Java Serializable came out around the same time. Python Pickle in October 1996 as part of Python 1.4. Java Serializable in Feb 1997 as part of the first major upgrade of Java in Java 1.1. Now, as a side note, Python is right now at Python 3, JDK 26. So there's a lot of inflation in Java in that sense. So the basic usage. Let's look at the code. The basic usage for writing as part of pickling, you would import pickle and you have your data dictionary, whatever that object is. In this case, you have three keys to it: channel, topic, and score. You open the data pickle file, whatever file you want to write to in the right binary format, and then you do pickle.dump. On the reverse side, on the reading side or the unpickling side, again, you import pickle, you open the file in which you have the output saved in the read binary format, and then you pickle.load. Once you have it, then you have your data dictionary back. You can write any key to it. Now, if you do misspell the name of the key, like you put score and you put S uppercase, you will get an error, obviously, because the data dictionary does not have that key. So key point to remember, simply use binary format, read binary, write binary, and dump to write, load to read. Okay. Now, what can you pickle? Literally anything: integers, floats, strings, booleans, lists, tuples, dictionaries, etc., custom class instances. Now, what you cannot pickle, things that don't really make sense from pickling, for example, database connections, file network sockets, etc., because the OS manages it, and even if you have the handle to that particular connection, the handle is no longer valid. The connection's gone. So pickling it, unpickling it doesn't really make any sense. Let's look at the code here quickly. So we have a code here, the first file here for the pickling. So let's go ahead and run that. It'll take a moment to run, and then you get the message saying the data has been saved successfully. So this has been saved now. And when you want to read it, you simply read it by doing the same thing, and you get this answer back. Now let's go ahead and introduce a little typo here, like we say score, but we misspell it. Then when we write it, then we're going to get some error back here saying the key error score because the data dictionary does not have that particular score. So that's pretty much about pickling. You can pickle almost anything. And some of the use cases are like machine learning models. Once you train the model, you don't want to train it again and again. So you will save it and you will pickle the model and save it to a file so that later on you can unpickle it and get going to start using it. Okay. Any kind of data pipeline, you will pickle and unpickle. Session state, you will pickle and unpickle. Now, some of the best practices: don't unpickle anything that's untrusted. This gives you a very specific RCE kind of vulnerability, and this is mentioned in the main pickle documentation itself. Don't unpickle objects that you didn't pickle yourself. I mean, your team. So don't unpickle objects that you get from the network as a user input, etc. So your scenario is you have a machine learning model, you trained it, you pickle it, saved it, then later on you can unpickle it to use it. But don't get something from the network, somebody's file input, upload, etc. That's not safe. Always use the highest protocol. You'll get the best performance, smallest file size. Essentially, pickling, unpickling will be faster. Now, if you do have a NumPy array, there are specific libraries for that. So if you have NumPy array and that's your majority use case, now if it's part of the bigger use case, then sure, you can pickle, unpickle. It's perfectly fine. But if that's your majority use case, then consider using joblib. for that. Then it's faster for that. But again, if it's just a part of the small thing, small part of your bigger, then you can use it. Okay. Verify that the unpickle object matches what your expected schema is, because you could introduce bugs otherwise. And that's pretty much all I have on pickle. So it's built in, it's simple pickle.load, pickle.dump, pickle.load. It's very versatile. Just be careful of the security, and that's all I have for you. Watch out for a separate video on the security aspect for it. But other than that, pickle's very straightforward. If you know Python, you should know pickle. All right, have fun, keep learning.